Hi guys and ladies, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lisema Matsietsi, and on this channel we're doing continuation of a video that I once did to say, do we really need our kids to learn about coding, computer programming? That's what I mean by coding. And on this video we're looking at what are the most important traits that we as parents could do to support our kids, especially around emotional intelligence. If you want to hear some more, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Hi guys, thank you for coming through. If it's your first time, welcome. And on the first video, what we discussed was the whole notion of everybody else enforcing robotics and new traits into the kids to say, hey, I'm worried about the future. Will my kid be able to be future proof or future compatible? And we are putting all of that pressure, and I was taking a stance at that to say, maybe we don't need to. But what we know that the careers of the future will not be the same as the careers today. And right now I had a quote or some readings that I got from Dr. John Gottman. And Dr. John Gottman give us, 4 things that has to do more with emotional intelligence, especially for within, the family's environment, that can actually help our kids become better at whatever they are doing. I saw also on LinkedIn, there was, I don't know how true is this, there was just a post on a principal of a school who actually sent out the message to the parents to say, parents, I know it's exam time, but within this exam time, I know we are all worried that we want our kids to do their best, get the highest grades, pass all their exams. But he did, or the note does say that the principal wrote to say, within our kids, there is a artist who doesn't need, chemistry, who would find it irrelevant. There is also, a computer programmer who might be thinking to himself, why do I have to learn about geography and biology? There might be an athlete who's asking themselves to say, my physical appearance or my physical being is much more important than physical science. And there might be all these various people, social media experts or mentors that might be part of the same exam room, who might not even need, any of the hardcore mathematical courses themselves, algebra and geometry and calculus. He was just saying, hang on a second, as parents, we want them to make sure that our kids, let's give them a surety that we love them, irrespective of the mark that they're gonna get, and we are ready to support them in whatever decision that they're gonna take in life and whatever they want to end up doing, calling it their career in the future, because careers of the future are totally different. With that in mind, let's just look at the 4 things that Dr. Gottman spoke about here. The first one is, us as parents, we need to be able to be aware of our child's emotions. We know that is emotional intelligence. First thing is, we will understand when you talk about, certain activity, if a child doesn't want to go through towards it, they go, oh, we need to be aware of our kids' emotions. And all the emotions are an opportunity for a closer relationship with our kids and for teaching them whatever we want to teach them. If you want your kids, say for instance, myself and Ulerato, we've studied IT, but none of us are probably practicing like hardcore IT type of thing. We are on high level, then we might actually see, is this child going to be one of those IT, do they have the IT traits that we used to have? Or do they just, more within the social media type of a thing? And do they see themselves as being public speakers? And we can see all of those emotions and we can bring them all together. The second one that Dr. Gottman is talking us about is to reminding us to listen sincerely to our kids. And that's one of the things that I'm also guilty of, because we listen to purpose, we listen to give them maybe a little bit of a chance so that we can shout at them, but to listen carefully to whatever our child is saying. And parents must learn to listen to their children and validate their feelings, which is quite important, because our kids might be telling us that robotics class it's got nothing to do with them. They'll rather want to go out and kick the ball. But I might be afraid because I'm looking at the soccer player's salary as a rookie. I know as a pro, they do quite well. As a rookie, and I'm looking at the computer program, I'm like, but you can open up your own IT shop, or you can work for somebody else, or you can even employ people. The opportunities are endless if you are a computer programmer. But a child must be telling us stuff that we don't want to listen, and we might be looking at the other way around. It says our attitude towards our children is essential in helping them become emotionally intelligent and responsible adults. We must make sure that our language is not critical, judgmental, and blaming. And I think that's quite important as we push our kids to take out IT skills, to take out skills of the future. I saw now one of the banks in South Africa participated in Roblox, and he launched a game in Roblox where the kids can actually go and learn about financial well-being while they're playing a game in Roblox. Instead of me coming in first thing and I'm like, don't play that portion of Roblox, rather play this portion to learn about money, and we're forcing them into these things. All we have to do is, as it says here, we need to listen to what our kids are saying. Maybe they are not into the Xbox or the PlayStations. Maybe they want to kick the physical ball. And somehow, if we want to teach coding or life or financial skills, we have to make sure that they are appropriate to what our kids want to learn. The third one that we're looking at is help our kids find ways to label their emotions they are feeling, which is very important because as I was growing up, I wanted to do IT. But I knew that my mother didn't have 250 to pay for my IT classes. I think it was called computers. We were basically just doing Microsoft Excel. They were doing Microsoft Excel, maybe learning a little bit about what is a diskette, stiffy disk. You can look at it online if you don't know what it looks like. They would learn all of those things. And I wanted to learn about it, but I couldn't because my parents didn't have the money. And I had to have this attitude that, nah, I don't want computers. I want physics. I can make money in maths and science and stuff. But the real point is probably, even if my mother wanted to, she missed all of this that I was talking to indirectly. She probably misunderstood my language, because later on, even though I did finance, I still found myself, going and pursuing a second degree in IT, because that's what I wanted to do. And look at me, I'm doing this channel about helping other people becoming analysts, even if I'm not charging anybody as yet. Something that I really want to do. Sometimes your child may yell, hit, stomp, and this is normally interpreted as anger, but always, however, most times these fits of anger are just expression of what your child is really feeling. And that's what I was talking about. I was acting as I'm all figured it out, I'm confident, but inside I was yelling to say, I wish I was like the other kids that can just walk into the computer class. And all of that, it's a good learning lesson for me, actually. Instead of getting angry at your child and yelling and screaming, ask the child what he or she is feeling and provide feelings such as like, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I'm embarrassed, I'm shy, and I'm upset. Those words I couldn't use to say, but I know my mother was a hawker. No ways that I could get the 250, but I could have just walked into my principal and said, I want to do a computer, I don't have the 250, what can I do? And I think that was going to be an easier compensation to have than for me to act like I don't care about the school. But I don't think I had the courage within myself or given that opportunity. The last thing is to set limits while exploring solutions to the problem at hand. Sometimes, as kids, we can actually take forever and ramble all over. So it's us to say, come, decide on whatever career that you want to do. Decide right now while you are young. Do you want to play soccer, or do you want to go for a public speaking debate, or you want to do both? And where's the academics in the equation? Children need parents to set clear limits that are age appropriate. Children rely on their guidance in both childhood and adolescence. Hopefully, luckily, our kids are still quite small, so when we get to adolescent stage, I don't know, I really don't have some hair, so something might just fall off. Children began asking for independence, and very early on, however, the parent who gives independence without limits is not doing the child a favor. Rather, this creates havoc and insecurity for the child. On the other hand, a parent who is too controlling and does not allow a child to exercise some independence hinders the child's development. Children must be respected, acknowledged as having a point of view, and given opportunities to make choices. I think that's quite powerful, the thing that Dr. Gottman wrote about here, just for us to reflect a little bit. As much as we are pursuing our analysts, we want to make ourselves much better. We might have little ones on our side that they're picking up all the behavior from us, working overtime, shouting at our employees or subordinates, shouting at our teammates on Teams meetings or in Zoom's meeting, and they're picking up all of that. And the more we can give our kids that attention, the more it translates into making us better managers, better analysts, or better employees or team members with whatever we are doing. So I think for me, this is what it's all about. If you like the conversation, don't feel shy. You can hit the subscription button, or you can even hit the thumbs up if you feel like I left something else out that was quite more important. Don't feel ashamed. Hit it, put it on the comments down below. I'll come back and I'll correct whatever I said, or I can add my view on whatever point of view that you're putting in. Otherwise, you can also try to reach out to me by going into the website www.beingananalyst.co.za. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna put in there. There's a blog coming out soon. I'm gonna put in there so that at least we can have much more engaging conversations. That's me for this video. If you like this video, don't worry, another one is coming through. Just stay tuned for the next video.